everybody, my name's Gabby and I'm going to be hiking the Appalachian Trail in 2023. So I'm coming back with another video related to my through hike. Today I'm going to be making a video about my big three. It's basically just a term that people use to talk about the biggest three items that you're going to bring on your through hike, like the most important items. That would be your pack, your tent, and then your sleeping system, and I think most people just refer to that as like your sleeping bag or your quilt. So to start, we'll talk about what pack I'm bringing on the Appalachian Trail with me next year. I am bringing the Gossamer Gear Mariposa 60. It's a really great pack and it's 30 ounces. So it's relatively light. It's not the most lightweight option out there, but I didn't want to go with a lightweight option and then have not a lot of support because the rest of my gear isn't ultra light. The rest of my gear is lightweight, but it's not the lightest it could be. So I still wanted something with a frame that was gonna keep the weight distributed nicely on my back and not, way back my shoulders and whatnot. So I originally started with the Osprey Aura 65 liter, and I really wanted to love the pack. I was pretty convinced that I did. I did some hikes with it. I think it was like 4 pounds. It was actually a little over 4 pounds, and I wanted something lighter. So I tried this pack and I ended up really liking it. It's super comfortable on my back. It doesn't have those suspension hip belts that a lot of Ospreys have, and I really just struggled with liking those. So the hip belts are really big and padded and super comfortable. It's got this nice padded back with this removable sit pad for, extra comfort, I guess. The frame is removable as well, so the pack could be used as a lighter backpack if you were more ultra light. So I'll tell you some specs on the pack now for anybody's considering buying this pack for themselves. So the total weight for this pack with the medium belt like I have on is 29.8 ounces. I believe with the large belt it's about 30.5 ounces. It is 60 liters, so this part on the top comes up further and I can pack it with more stuff. It just doesn't really have much in it right now. So it is made with a ripstop nylon and some mesh and foam. What I really like about this pack is how customizable it is. These cords, they're shock cords. They didn't originally come with the pack. I did buy them separately, and I just looped them through these holes right here, and I figured that's a good way to hold extra stuff and to hang, stuff that needs to dry or things that I don't want on the inside of my pack. So I really like this. Also, I'll hang my Crocs from here and stuff. There's a ton of other things that you can do to modify this pack. Anyways, so that's the backpack that I'm going to be bringing with me. I'm really happy with the decision that I made. I've hiked with it numerous times. It's super comfortable. It holds everything I need. And I think it's a really popular pack for backpacking. I've seen so many people switch to it. So yeah. Okay, so next in my lineup for my big three, I have my tent. I am bringing the Gossamer Gear, the 2 tent. I originally had the 1, but I wanted some more space. I really didn't realize that it's literally just enough room in the 1 for you to lay down, and there was no room on the sides. So I ended up getting the 2, and this is the tent that I plan on bringing with me for the entire trail. It's a trekking pole tent, so there's no outer poles that I have to bring, just my trekking poles. It is super light. I would say more budget friendly. I know a lot of people opt for the Z-Packs Duplex. It is a little heavier than that tent, but not by much. And it's over $200 cheaper, maybe even closer to $300 cheaper. I really like this tent. I have used it numerous times. It's super easy to set up, and the 2-person is perfect because there's room for myself and then there's room for my gear on the other side. The tent on its own is 23.5 ounces. But with the stakes and the extra tie-outs and stuff, I think it comes to around 28 ounces. Oh, it has factory taped seams, reflective pullouts, zippers, and fully rigged lines. Overall, I think it's just a really great tent, super easy to set up, and pretty lightweight. Also not gonna break the bank. So I love this tent. I hopefully plan on bringing this the entire trail with me. I know it might be a little difficult to set up with those tent platforms that the trail has up north, but I'll figure it out. I just really like this tent. Okay, so the last part of my big three gear is my sleeping bag / quilt. So I opted for a quilt. This is the Hammock Gear Econ Burrow quilt. It is customizable and it's down, super squishy. I really like this quilt. So it's a 20-degree quilt, but with hammock gear, their stuff is rated for comfort. So this is a 20-degree comfort rated quilt, which means I would assume the limit is probably like 10 degrees. So that's why I opted for this. It is super warm. I have used it in chillier weather, not super cold weather, but chillier weather. So what I like about hammock gear is it's similar to Enlightened equipment in the fact that your quilt is really customizable. You can customize the colors, the degree rating, if you want extra fill, the length of the quilt. Hammock gear calls their Econ Burrow quilts a budget ultralight quilt, so it is really light, but it's like half the price of an Enlightened equipment quilt, and the quality is really unbeatable. And my quilt is a 20-degree, I believe it's the short version because I'm under 5'7", and it doesn't have any extra fill or anything. I got a zippered toe box, and it has the straps for attaching it to a sleeping pad, and I believe my quilt comes out to around 25 ounces. This quilt is also the wide version since I'm not sleeping in a hammock and I'll be on the ground. So like I said, with all of that together, 25 ounces, wasn't that expensive. I love this quilt. It's easy to compress and it fits in my pack really well and it keeps me warm, and I really like it. So that is my big three: my pack, my tent, and my quilt. So I will be doing a full gear video probably a month or two out from when I'm leaving. I just don't want to do it yet because I'm still waiting on a couple items and I want to make sure I have everything before I do my full gear video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, if you haven't already checked it out, I made a video on my fears for my Appalachian Trail through hike, and I also made a video on how much money I'm saving for the Appalachian Trail. So if you want to check those out, you can click the little tag that's going to appear right now on the video. And yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and have a great day.